I made the crazy decision and mistake, quote unquote, of writing it as I was podcasting it. So literally, I'm putting out an episode every 2 weeks, and when that episode goes up and is uploaded, I then have to start writing the next episode and writing basically the next chapter of the book, instead of writing the book all at once, editing it, and then narrating it and putting it out there. So I'm writing the book, I am narrating the audio, I am producing and editing the audio, I'm trying to create an online persona, I'm doing all this stuff, and that really is the base of my career, because I still have fans from that time. So that first novel, completely podcast, got it out there. And I'm still working full time too, and family and all of that. And then I started to really realize this is something I can do. This is something I want to do. And I started writing other novels, and ended up getting away from podcasting just because the sheer labor of it. It takes about 6 to 8 hours of labor to end up with a finished hour of audio. And as much as I have the chops to technically do that, because it's not super hard, especially when you have a Mac with GarageBand, where, there's a lot of, you just push the right buttons and you're fairly good to go. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, but it is time consuming. And I realized those 6 to 8 hours needed to be used for writing. Which was a hard choice, because I built an audience on a podcast, and I built an audience, and this is the tricky thing, and this is something a lot of writers, whether they're fiction, nonfiction, freelance journalists, whatever, the idea of free is always a big contention in the writing community, because people are like, well, I need exposure, I need people to see me, I need and everyone tries to justify free, but in the end, you're basically giving away all your work, and people should be paying you for that. You think about it in the society, you'll pay $6 for a latte at Starbucks, but people freak out if an ebook is $2.99 or over $2.99, and that's just kind of crazy. But as a writer and as someone who came into this with a business mindset, with a product that I'm like, I want to write and create my products in order to sell them to people and hopefully make money and eventually make a living, I couldn't do free anymore. And that ticked a lot of people off. It still does. You'll still see writers who get, the aftermath of deciding they're going to charge for things. People get crazy pissed. I still get emails from readers who are like, oh, I can't afford to buy your books. Can you send them to me for free? I'll review them for you. I'll be completely honest and review them, do that. And I'm just like, I've got, some reviewers out there. I have to kind of steer them away, going, you just want free books is really what you're saying. And even in the most diplomatic way I can say, no, but thank you, people get pissed and say, well, aren't you just doing it for the love of it anyway? Aren't you just doing it for your art? You just do this anyway, even if you weren't making money. So, now you're just being greedy. You're a horrible, horrible, horrible person for wanting to be paid for your labor. Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, that's really, I've had people say, oh, so that's the capitalist mindset, so much for being an artist. And it's like, I don't buy into the starving artist aesthetic. I don't know. I've got a wife, kids, mortgage. I've got bills just like readers do. And it's like, no, you don't go to your job and have your boss say, oh yeah, can you work for exposure today? I'll make sure they know you're the best, number cruncher in the whole office. They're like, no one's gonna do that. The guy at McDonald's doesn't go in, today I'm gonna work for Just Smiles. I just want to make all those people happy. No, this is a job. It's, all this work. If I'm not going to make money at it, if I'm not going to be working towards making a living at it, then I'm going to do something else. That's just who I am. Luckily, I was able to keep the ball rolling and keep the momentum going with some stumbles here and there, as everyone has. And it rolled into getting an agent. Didn't sell any of those novels, but again, ego boost. That'll feed you for a little bit there. Someone in the industry literally wants to try and sell your words for you. Awesome, that's great. That keeps you going. And then from there, I end up writing some books for a small press and doing that, and then write one that hit well enough that I could start doing it as a living.